champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Welcome back, everybody. Big D Energy right here, Woodward Sports Network.
Big D!
That guy, DMac, Darren McCarty, is back in the building. I'm Neal Ruhl. We got Sam Flannel. We got Spencer Rax. We have all of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in to that, as is tradition. Detroit Dabber 313, first one in, says, good morning, FJ 1967. Good morning, Big D crew. DMac, what up, though?
Good to see you guys. How's everybody doing?
Absolutely. I know you were at the Illich golf outing yesterday at Oakland University.
In your backyard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was honored to play the Sharf. It's in great shape, the Oakland University course. And actually, as we were playing the Sharf, the opposite course, the Khaki Cousins, was holding the Catholic high school championships.
Oh, so there you have it.
So there you have it. So busy. What a great weekend. Yes, I've been out and about doing a lot of things away. A lot of them has to be doing with golf, and anybody who loves golf, this weather's been great, so enjoy it while we have it.
Yeah, and all the rain and everything, too. Courses are looking lush. Even the lawn's looking top-notch right now.
Is it?
Absolutely.
Did you get at it this weekend
at
all?
I did, as a matter of fact. I did. So
I'm more interested, what bourbon did we go with at the end of the evening?
What did we do? We were on...
Because usually your bourbon selection tells on...
we were feeling good. It was Mayor Pingree, Valentine Distributing Company, Detroit's own.
Valentine, straight there down.
Right, just down yonder from here, as a matter of fact. So, it's up there. Valentine, Mayor Pingree is up there. I will say it like that. So shout out to everybody at Valentine Distilling. But we are getting ready for it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. As we said, jump into there. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get your thoughts out there. Jonesy 5182 says Happy Lottery Day. Spenmo, how you feeling?
Nervous. Very nervous. Extremely nervous.
More scared or more nervous?
Scared.
So a fear nervous.
Yes.
Because, you know what? Like, I'm in two camps with this thing today, DMac. There's the worst overall record is due. Since they changed the format in 2019, the worst record has never gotten the number one pick. So we're due.
Yes.
It's due to happen. You remember, I talked about that. That's why I wanted the worst record.
Listen, I told everybody when it came to the hockey to pray to the hockey gods and whatever else. When the Detroit Red Wings had the worst record and were the worst team and they gave the first overall pick in the lottery to New York Rangers, I was out on all drafts after that. So I put all my eggs now into the Pistons basket, and I hope, just like Spenny, but I'm not scared. I'm indifferent. And we'll see how it shakes out. Hopefully, hey, they've been lucky before. I always look at it, if you can do it once, you can do it twice. That's how we got Cade Cunningham. Lord knows, the basketball gods know that we need this first pick. We need Victor Wembanyama more than anything for this franchise. So I think the one thing that I'm thinking of is that when we decide, see where we pick, then we can move forward, because then we're going to find out who the coach will be, whether it has been decided or not, because that could swing things easy, Neal. That's more of my question. Then are you worried is if you get the first pick, does that mean you get the coach of your choice? That's
a great segue, DMac. We're going to discuss that today.
That's more imperative, and I'd like to get into your basketball deep minds later on in the show.
No, we absolutely will be getting into that. So, yeah, as we talked about, it is Lottery Day. We got some Lion stuff, obviously, that we're going to get to as well. We got a Spencer Raxter fast break in honor of it being Lottery Day. So we will talk a little Pistons today. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it.
You know what? Can I just mention this, and I'm going to go over this, because I said Ben Wallace is going to take us to the promised land, like he did before getting the first overall pick. Sam Flannel, does the fact that Ben Wallace, in his Hall of Fame stardom, has brought the first pick previously back to the Detroit Pistons, if he brings Victor Wembanyama home and the first overall pick, Will you change your stance on legend killing Ben Wallace? Because do you not have to put that into the ingredients and into the pie of being a legend?
I'll tell you what, if somehow, some way the Pistons get the #1 overall pick, I will stop with the Ben Wallace slander.
There you
I will.
Do you see that?
Let's just put it on the table. What are you willing to do?
Perfection.
Spenma, what are you willing to do?
Well, I got my guy on. I'm rooting for him. How to. Oh, man, I don't know what I'd do. Honestly, I don't know what I would do. I'd go crazy. Go crazy. I honestly have no idea. I can't even think that it's gonna happen because I'm just broken down right now. I just think.
Spenny, let's drill down on this, man. Are you all right?
Yeah.
He's not all right, dude.
He's
You know how I know
downtrodden.
he's not all right? Because when my guy got into the booth today, the first thing, right, that he always does, right? We all know. What's the first thing Spenny does?
Takes those shoes off. Takes those whatever crispy Jordans, whatever crispy Jordans he has on.
Yes, because they're probably like so expensive and
Right.
stuff. Like, dude, he was in there for 10 minutes, and it was noticed that his shoes weren't off. Spenmo,
This is the first time I
are you
wore these.
okay? Was it the
First time,
comfort
fresh
of the
out of the
shoe,
box.
or
Look
are
at-
you that rattled?
Yeah, I'm pretty rattled. Not gonna lie.
He's he's not stoked. He's scared.
I'm extremely
Emotional damage.
Is it because if you don't get the first overall pick, because you don't see? Is it because you see it taking as so much longer to get out of where we're at? Is
Yes.
that why, as a Pistons team?
Well,
Yeah.
it's thin, right? Like the draft is thin this year. Who's off the top of your head? You're a basketball dude. You and I are both basketball guys.
Yeah.
Who's the 5th best prospect?
Probably Eamon or Uzzer Thompson.
You don't even probably.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this draft, this lottery is as high stakes as it gets because there's just not a lot there. You and I have cooled on Brandon Miller, I get the feeling.
I mean, I'll still take Brandon Miller.
So would I.
Yeah.
But we've cooled on
But
him.
I want Wemby. Obviously, you want Wemby.
I know.
But it's probably not going to happen.
Wait a minute. Are you faking this?
No.
Are you trying to give off some energy so like
No, I'm genuinely scared. Like when I saw there's a 55% chance the Pistons get 4 or 5.
You know what? Because DMac, I talked about that yesterday in the show. I broke down the odds to everybody. Like it's there on paper for everybody to consume. But when I brought that up to Spencer, there's a 48% chance, basically a coin flip, that the Pistons end up with number 5. That's the favorite. Like it's a coin flip of that. 14% of first, 13.4% at second, 12.7% of third. You know, you add all those up, you're at 40-ish percent. You see what I'm saying?
So the reality is that half the time, if you do the bingo balls or whatever like that, you're picking 5th.
Correct. Roughly half the time.
Except this time, because we got Ben Wallace, baby. Don't forget the Ben factor. It's worked before. Let it work again.
Bradley K, the odds to pick 5th for us is BS. And this is what the people wanted, right?
Yeah.
This is your anti-tank. It doesn't behoove you to tank.
Does anybody remember what the Chicago Blackhawks percentage was to get the first overall pick? It had to be. Would it have been?
It was pretty high. I think what were they, second?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they were second worst.
So that just goes to show you how much even things sort of move.
Yeah.
Or do they move that much? Is it going to be is it comparable? Or are you going to get at least know that the Pistons, right, who presumably, right, if we sit here like the Red Wings that were projected 9th, they're projected 5th with the way the odds go, but there's a lot more of a better chance.
Yeah.
Because you're starting at 5th. So take it for what it is. Hey, it will be what will be. Tomorrow, we'll be sitting talking about it, and you know what? We'll move on from there. But, have faith until there's no longer to have faith.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Lorena Rio says NBA is boring. And I did see this, and Pete Smith actually brought it up in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Says it's not boring. The playoffs have the highest ratings in 14 years.
It's been the best playoffs that I can remember.
You've had 8 seeds winning. You have the stars on display, the stars that choke, the stars that are great. Like, you've had it all. One star choked and was great in the same game.
Yeah.
You're like, literally, you've gotten it all. The MVP, the borrowed, the faux MVP, the fake MVP, the only MVP to not reach the conference finals. Of course, I'm talking about Joel Embiid.
Also this.
He bit the bag and stepped out the door. Joel Embiid's points per game drop-off is the largest of that year's MVP in history between the regular season and the playoffs. And of course it was. The man stole fizzy lifting drinks.
Yeah.
A.K.A. he stole Jokic's third MVP. He stole it. Or somebody stole it for him, either way. But the ratings, again, as Pete Smith said, highest they've been in 14 years. That's it, that's all.
Sexual.
Yeah, like, that's it, that's all. It's giving you everything that you want. Like, I am getting tired of this narrative that, and we get this a lot. And you and I, Spenmo and Sam Flannel, we always push, when we text, right? When we text thread and we got some of these cool things that happen in the NBA, and we always joke and we say, man, I wish we could talk about that on the show. You know what? Yes, we can. Highest ratings in 14 years. People care. You say you don't, but somebody does. It's like Jim Gaffigan's bit about McDonald's. When you drive by the sign and it says over 1 billion served, and everyone's like, McDonald's is trash, I would never eat there. Well, they sold 1 billion of them, so somebody's lying.
And it used to say billions and billions and billions.
Yeah.
Now it just says billions and
billions served. I would never eat that. Well, I think somebody does.
Well, it has the adage changed where it's like, oh, you only got to watch the last basketball game in the last 2 minutes because that takes the whole game. It's sort of changed. I mean, the game's changed, the flow of the game. The one thing that I notice as not a number one, as a casual basketball fan is the fact that if you have a team that's down double digits, 11 to 15, 16, a comeback and a streak the other way. It's about runs. A lot of it's about runs in both directions and who can pull it out in the stretch. Yeah. I mean, it is. Are you guys excited? And you look at it, do you have the usual suspects there? Do you expect the usual suspects to move on? Or is it, what Miami's doing? Is it the Joker's time? Different things. You have the same narratives in hockey, right? Where Carolina's there, but they haven't won since 2006. That's 17 years ago. Got a couple teams that haven't won at all.
Go Canes.
Right?
Rich Diana says, Spenmo, life can be taxing. Go green.
Nah, I've had a couple days, but, Pistons get the number 1 overall pick, then all will be right. Appreciate you, Rich Diana.
Jack Harrington says, we get it, Neal. You love the Joker. Jack, he's the MVP. Tell me he's not. Sam Flannel, tell me he's not. You're an Embiid guy. Tell me Joker's not the best player in the game.
He's the best player in the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's earned it.
Yep. And this is a guy who worships the ground alternate days Davis walks on.
You mean, hey, you mean a guy who's averaged 26?
Anthony Davis.
26 and 11 in his playoff career. That's all. But he sucks. Played 51 out of 52 possible games. I like just destroying narratives with these silly little things called facts, but that's okay.
Yeah, and hey, one game he's good and one game he's mid.
That is not even true. He was good 5 out of 6 games in this past series. Objectively, he had one bad game. One.
Okay. Rich Diana, the NBA isn't boring. Now the Pistons, that's another deal. And yeah, going through the reconstruction right now. And Donovan Strong says, I knew Embiid was cooked when he cried about it when he was crying for the MVP.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. We do. I've asked this before about the Red Wings, but I'm going to double down when we come back because it is NBA Draft Lottery Day, and the Pistons need this. We as Pistons fans, we need this. And if you're in the market for insurance, you need this, what Sam Flannel's about to tell you.
You need Swiss insurance, of course. Like our draft picks, did the GM do his job? Be a boss and take control of your insurance options. Draft a company that will give you the most cost-effective plan and protect you like the best O-line in the league. Email Swiss Insurance today at mark@swissins.com, or you can just visit their website, which is swissins.com.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Off and running, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty back in the chair, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. iHearter says, Neal, the MVP is a regular season reward. He wasn't the MVP this year, Embiid was. No, according to people. But if you look at who you would rather have as a player, who had a better season, who had better numbers, that was Jokic. Sorry, for the 3rd consecutive year. So that's where that comes from. But that gets going tonight, by the way, Sam Flannel.
I'm excited.
I am too.
Whew. Like, no more Warriors. I can just kind of kick back and enjoy the playoffs. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Lakers, but I'm a big Nikola Jokic guy too. Don't get it twisted. I'm a big fan of his, and with a Finals MVP, what that could do to his legacy, we'd be talking. He'd start to enter the conversation of second-tier all-time great centers, like behind guys like Olajuwon and Shaq. There'd be a gap, but he'd be approaching it.
Well, we can cross that bridge
My
when we get to it.
question that I'm interested in you guys, and this is perfect to ask, because going into this series, obviously you were telling me that you're going to get good or great out of Jokic. He's consistent. It's up to Jamal Murray. So my question is, who do you trust more? This sounds like it's the series is Jamal Murray versus Anthony Davis. Yeah. And do you trust?
You know
Davis?
what you're getting from LeBron. You know what you're getting from Jokic.
Right. So do you trust Davis more than you trust Jamal Murray? And does that say something because he's already been there and done that? Is that what you're clinging to, Sam?
No, the fact that you're even asking that question, I think it's a little disrespectful to Anthony Davis, just for the record.
Yeah. It was funny because the anti-NBA people, it was weird. It's weird to me because they started their sentence with, I was done when LeBron. All the messages on there, like the anti-NBA people. I was done when LeBron did this, which I don't understand. Because the guy's like, you could argue top 5. I would say he's one of the top 5 players. You can't argue that he's not a top 10 player of all time.
You can't argue that he's not a top 3 player of all time.
I know, but, okay.
Yeah.
You can't argue that he's not a top 10 player of all time. I don't get that. That sounds more like a you issue with LeBron than it does, a realistic approach. But anyway, though, as we said, NBA draft lottery is tonight. Jack Harrington says LeBron ruined the NBA with super teams. I never understood that narrative either.
Yeah, that way people act like Boston didn't exist. People act like the Lakers didn't exist. Like, come on now. The Celtics back in the day, like, there were super teams before LeBron. Like,
I don't get that narrative either. But anyway, Lions Planet says Doc Rivers just got fired.
Did he really?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to get the research department on that one. Tammy Chin, excited for the next round of the NHL playoffs. Dallas versus Vegas and Carolina versus Florida. Exactly what the NHL wants, right? Carolina and Florida in the Eastern. Yeah. In a conference with the Islanders and the Rangers and Toronto.
No, but when we were talking about this before, and the one thing is Dallas has the experience because they've been there, and Vegas too. But the NHL really needs Vegas. No matter out of any of these series, they really need Vegas to win and be in the finals.
Yeah.
Right? That could probably offset sort of whatever damage is done. But hey, if you're a hockey fan, Carolina, Florida is going to be exciting. I got to give the nod to Carolina right now. I think Carolina Vegas final.
You know what I want? I want Toronto fans to have to watch a parade going down the streets of South Florida.
Although
that end at like a tropical smoothie cafe and start like at a
Polo
boat.
Loco Tropical.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
Trop Smoothie's good,
yeah.
man.
the parade route goes from a tropical smoothie cafe in an outdoor mall and ends at a strip mall Botox place.
That chia banana
So-
boost from Chop Smoothie.
If
That's
you
good
have
stuff.
if Florida wins the East and Vegas wins the West, you will have a brand new first time ever Stanley Cup champion at the end. That would be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but per Adrian Wojnarowski, breaking the 76ers dismissed coach Doc Rivers on Tuesday. Sources tell ESPN Rivers led the Sixers to an Eastern Conference semifinals in each of his 3 seasons on the job. He's only been there for 3 years.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there had to be a pound of flesh, I guess,
I
right?
guess.
There had to be. So there they was.
Couldn't be the MVP's fault.
No,
He
can't be
and he
Embiid's fault.
He wasn't going down.
Yeah, it can't be Embiid's
So I
fault.
guess the quick question is Doc Rivers a guy you want here?
No.
Thank you, Spenny.
Hey guys.
He said
Oh,
no.
big
Okay.
gulps, huh? All right.
KCJ
Well,
Max
see you
says.
later.
KCJ Max says Neal understands Florida. Oh, I do. I do greatly. I want Toronto to have to see the Stanley Cup again, going down. Biscayne Boulevard.
TNT would pick that up.
No, they wouldn't. They probably
No.
wouldn't. But I want it in a parking lot of a strip mall Botox center. That's what I want. Because that's South Florida, baby.
There's a lot down there.
yes, there is. I wanna see it. So, but yeah, that is it. But yes, the lottery, and I want to have the discussion because in Spenmo, I want to circle the wagons with it and ask it a different way. Do we do this on a poll? I don't think we did. Should the NFL do a draft lottery?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody else does it, and guys, look, easy. Everybody calm down because you love these things. You'll all be locked in tonight. Everyone's always locked in. And why, DMac? Because sports fans now in today's day and age care more about what?
The transaction rather than the
action. That they love transactions more than actions. That's what fantasy sports has done to us. We all think that we're a GM now. And we love draft lotteries. We love them. We can't get enough. Twitter will be on fire tonight. Everyone will be locked in, just like we were last week. Should the NFL do a draft lottery? And everyone's going to say no because people are feeling like Spenmo right now, that there's a 48% chance the Pistons are going to end up with the number 5 pick. But we love it. So they're never going to stop.
Never, ever.
Never, ever? Never, ever?
But does Corey Berry in the chat, in the WoodwardSports.com chat, does he say the fact that the NFL needs no such gimmick? They don't need to do, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need that. That's for everybody else to try to get, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at
That's a
me.
good point,
Right?
yeah.
They're just cruising all along. What's going on? Is that a mosquito?
Yeah.
Like, they don't need that. Like, right?
WoodwardSports.com
agree.
chat thread. Well, 91% of the people say no. So that is pretty
And that's
crazy.
coming from
No,
look where we're
God,
coming from.
please,
We're probably not
no,
gonna get,
no.
we better not have a top 10 pick for the next 5 years, right?
Right.
Also,
So-
who's the most corrupt commissioner outside of FIFA is probably Roger Goodell. So if anybody's gonna rig
Now
a
you
lottery,
wait a minute. You wait a minute there,
Look.
Spenmo. He's just about progressing the NFL.
Yeah, he's about catering to the owners. And
Wait a
so
minute.
Whatever owner gave him the most money would get the number 1 pick. Like that would be the most obviously rigged lottery ever.
You watch your mouth, Spencer Rachter. There is no such thing. That does remind me. Speaking of that, some news came out of the NFL that I'm going to ask you guys later. It's not on the show sheet or anything like that, but I do want to ask because I think it is the future, and I think I know why. And I haven't heard anybody bring this up before, but I think I have a pretty good explanation for it. But we asked a question, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Should the NFL do a draft lottery? 91% of the people say no. So let me turn that around, DMac. Can you imagine NFL draft lottery night? Can you imagine the viewership?
That'd be electric.
Wow.
Right, Spenny, hold on. Right there.
Yeah.
Look at the look on your face.
Yeah. That would be electric.
Look at the look on your face. We know that look, DMac.
Yeah.
We know that look.
Where's the alcohol?
Yeah, it would be crazy. The viewership would be nuts for sure.
So why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Look at the look it got on your face.
Hey, so Neal, in asking this, why not? Is there a chance that there's no chance for overexposure? Is there?
No, it's not possible.
So when you bring that up as far as viewership, would that bring more than the regular draft rate now? I gotta think it would, right? Just because it's another thing to gamble on.
And here's the deal, guys. Empires have been built on this through time. What is the ultimate sell? What is the most sellable product? It's been proven in ancient Roman times, all the way through till today, tomorrow, the next day. What sells? Hope. Hope sells. It always has. It always will. Hope. Whenever you're trying to sell something to somebody, you sell the hope of it. You sell the idea. You sell the concept. It would be incredible viewership, and we would eat it up. And that's why, we asked the poll, should the NFL do a draft lottery? 90% of you say no. So right, if they did do this, all of you wouldn't watch it, right? Right? You wouldn't. Be consistent. I just want the people to be honest.
See, and so here's the thing, right? Hoof-hearted lottery should be set up so that no team can move up 2 years and run with people. Right. Set up the rules so it seems like it's fair. The question is it marketable, and could you sell it, and would we watch it? How about let's do the poll again with new facts? Just out of curiosity, Smitty, race that poll and put it up one more time and ask now that with viewership, do people think that it would? Because I'll change my vote.
Yeah.
I think that
do you think the day is coming where the NFL does a draft lottery?
No.
Well, let's ask the people if they think it's going to happen, because I do. You can't.
I think when you're talking about viewership, and when I asked you the question, can you ever oversaturate the market? Not in the NFL, right?
It's not possible.
You can't make it. We've never gotten to the point, and I cannot foresee the point. Can you, of being too much football?
No.
Right? I think people get consumed with too much other things the way that they're gone. We've seen that by viewership in different sports. We've seen how all the other sports, my sport included, hockey, baseball, changed their rules, right? Changed their rules to try to add viewership and stuff. So why wouldn't they? Right? What's Roger Goodell make now? 60? He's looking for 100 million a year to make.
Sure. It would smash viewership numbers. We would be even more addicted to lotteries than we already are. We're addicted to it, guys. You can't wait, Spenny. As terrified as you are, you're pessimistic. That's what the problem is.
Yes.
You can't wait for 8 o'clock tonight.
I can't. I'm excited.
And you're going to be locked in.
Yeah.
And you're going to have it turned on at 7:58, knowing they're not going to do it till 8:20.
Yeah.
They're going to talk to Wembanyama. They're going to talk to somebody else. They'll talk to somebody else. You know it's not going to be on until at least 8:20, but you'll sit there and watch it all, won't you?
Yeah.
Day's coming, everybody. DMac gets coming. They're going to do a draft lottery in the NFL.
No, you would expect it, and maybe that's a way to help. One of the younger teams, or a team like ourselves, when we're in a position right now, right, get better quick, because it doesn't play into the NFL formula about being better in like 2 or 3 years. This totally plays in.
Yeah.
Team gets lucky, does what like Cincinnati does and grabs a couple blue chippers off the rail. You look at what Houston did this year, moving back up in the draft and getting, the offense in Stroud and the defense in Anderson. I mean, those are stalwarts. I think it plays in the NFL formula and attracting more fans, especially internationally, right? We're talking about games in Germany, and we're talking about games across the pond, right, where the NFL is expanding. You got to expand your fan base. They know what lotteries are over there.
Yeah. And you need to expand your gym game. That's right. We are live at the Planet Fitness Studios here on Woodward Sports. Planet Fitness. You can join the best gym in the gym game today. That is fact, not opinion. I was there again this morning, getting the miles in. Love working out at Planet Fitness, cardio equipment for miles. So if some idiot's on there running on a treadmill for an hour, I don't know who would do that. But if they are, doesn't matter. There's an army of treadmills next to them that you can jump on and get your work in at Planet Fitness. Membership starts $1 down, $10 a month for access to your home club. That's it, that's all. If you're in a routine and that's where you go, it's perfect for you. You get the usage of all the equipment, weights for days, you're never waiting for anything. You go in, get your work done, and then go about your day. That's the way it works at Planet Fitness. If you are a baller, Black Card option is out there as well. $24.99 a month. You get access to over 2,400 Planet Fitnesses in the world. There's over 50 of them alone in the Metro Detroit area. I love it. If we're doing a show at out at the Feldman Chevrolet, boom, I'm out there and we're doing it. And I can go work out at the one in Novi, the one here in Troy, all over the place. Down in South Florida, there too. Doesn't matter. Black Card member. Get you all the perks. Tanning, hydro massage, all of it. Just $24.99 a month. And don't forget the high school summer pass. Planet Fitness, allowing high schoolers ages 14 to 19 in the U.S. and Canada to work out for free all summer long, now through August 31st. You want info on all of it? PlanetFitness.com, or pull in the parking lot. You pass a couple on the way home and join there. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Happy to have you along for the ride. We got this, and you know what? This is kind of random, and this is kind of out of left field, but this will probably clear a segment on this. So I apologize to you guys in advance, but sometimes I let the people program the show. Jesse Adams, random question. Neal, would you make the call to Joe Douglas? If you're Brad Holmes, offer a first-rounder and a third-rounder next year for Quinnen Williams. Yes, we have to pay him, but he helps out our young defensive players. I actually got this question from a couple people on social media. They're like, "Oh, salary cap guy, would you do this draft capital
make
guy?
Sense. Could we
do it? Well, yes, you can do it because you got the juice as far as cap numbers go. And you guys, I was surprised I got asked this because I feel as though I've been pretty consistent with this message. I will pay for quality. I've said this a long time. Back in the day, last offseason, we're talking about the safety position.
Yeah.
Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
Yes. Neal, you're cheap. You don't want to spend any money. Not true. I don't want to spend money on mid players. Quinnen Williams is as good as it gets. And guess what? He's younger than Hendon Hooker. Mm-hmm. And he's established.
Yeah.
And yes, I would do that, DMac. Yes, I would. Even me. Yes, I would do that.
Well, he's a blue chip up
He's
fronter,
a dude.
Why this has been in the conversation is because with all the re-signs, he's not happy with his contract. And yesterday, he erased all his, that I'm a Jet. It'd be like if I erased all the evidence that I was a Red Wing, right? Away from history, meaning that he's not mad. Does it mean anything? I don't know. Is he a guy that you could use? Yes. Do you have the cap, the salary? Is this something that I'm sure Brad Holmes is aware of to make a call? Absolutely. So we'll see how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it is. We don't have to worry anymore. Are we sure that the guy in charge is capable to know anything we're talking about? Would you, can you, whatever? The question to you, Neal, makes sense to ask is money-wise, can we do it?
Yeah.
Can we pay this guy? And as you said all along, I pay for quality. And looking at the way the team's been set up, this is a guy that you would pay to fill that spot.
And here's the deal.
As road grader of your defense. What do we always say?
I want to push people this way and push people that way.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's a
that
pusher.
He's a pusher.
He's a pusher.
So let me take this, and I got you here, Spenmo. I got you. I finally got you. Okay, because Brandon Katz is talking about that. He says, well, you have to pay Goff coming up soon.
No, you don't.
DNC ENT says we literally have $25 million with a damn near full roster. What if, because Quinnen Williams is a guy I'll kick the can down the road for.
Mm-hmm.
I will do that. I'm staunchly against that, unless it's for dudes. What if, Spenmo, I give Goff a 2-year extension, we renegotiate the last 2 years, and we backload it, and boom, I'll get you Quinnen Williams.
I'd rather just backload Quinnen Williams and not pay Goff.
See, but Neal, here's the answer to the question.
So hold on. So you're turning that over to Hendon Hooker then in 2 years?
Yeah.
Is Quinnen Williams
Wow.
a guy that, because now you're talking about, is this the guy that gets you to win a Super Bowl? And if you say yes, then you have to investigate what it will take. And in order, just like every other team, what you're saying, doesn't everybody sort of have to play along to make it go well? What do the Kansas City Chiefs do? Right? Maneuvering contracts and Patrick Mahomes being flexible. Other teams do it. You see guys continue to get signed. You see Philly do it all the time. So, I mean, that just, to me, it proves you're swimming in different waters.
Right.
And it's waters that we've always wanted to swim in, but we're not getting kicked out or to have the lifeguard come out and grab us right now. We're out there in the deep end. This is deep end stuff.
Nicholas Duncan says, what's the point in trading anymore if the NFL does a lottery? Then you just trade after the lottery.
Or you try to make a trade with a team that's going to be in the lottery that doesn't have a successful year. Who knows?
You just do the same thing. You just do it after the lottery.
AJ Blair says he's not top 5. You're right. He's top 4.
Who's that?
Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, I mean, again, semantics.
Yeah, he's top 4 and defensive tackle in the NFL.
But see, and I got that question, like I said. I am willing to pay for it. However, I believe, and look, people in this field do this sometimes, DMac. I don't know if the people know that. Like, they take something, they grab hold of it, and they just juice it for all they can juice it. I think it's all a moot point. He ain't leaving the Jets. You think the Jets are going to let this dude go?
That's what I said yesterday. We talked about it on heavyweights. I was like, yeah, I would love Quinnen Williams. You call and see what's going on, but the Jets are not going to let him
No, man. Quinnen
But
Williams
you know
isn't
what I
going
like
anywhere.
about this? Is we're swimming in those waters of the conversation that can be reality. Before, when stuff like this and great players like this, whether it was money or the fact that we were just Detroit, right? Where people don't turn their heads this way. Why we can talk about it now is like other good teams or respected franchises is because there's accountability and there's competency. That's all it is, Neal. You're absolutely correct. We don't get to have them, but we get to talk about them.
Steven Reinhardt says, I don't want to move a first for the draft next year in Detroit. Well, you know what you do, Steve, then? You just have Quinnen Williams come walk across the stage in Detroit and then walk off the other side. And that's good enough for me. Mm-hmm. I'll take that. Just have Quinnen Williams come out there and say, welcome to Detroit, everybody, in the NFL draft. And then walk off the stage. I'd be more than happy with that. So.
Yeah, I'm 1,000% cool with not having a first round pick next year if it means Quinnen Williams is on this team.
Yeah. So,
but it's not going to happen.
No, and it's not like you don't go get Aaron Rodgers to have Quinnen Williams leave.
Yeah.
To trade Quinnen Williams.
They're all in this year.
Yeah, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
They're all in for the next couple years.
Yep.
Because again, if Rodgers retires after next year, they're dead anyway. They're in bed with this guy all the way. No one's talking about that enough.
For sure.
Like, this is the dude that you're going to count on? It'd be like counting on Julius Randle.
All right.
Jesus Christ. God,
It is.
No.
Uncalled for.
Yes, it
Uncalled
is.
for.
Julius Randle is one of the worst playoff players in NBA history. You're like the disrespect. I feel like I have to be the gatekeeper for Aaron Rodgers, and I was happy as hell that he lost to the Lions 2 times last year, but the disrespect goes too far. Comparing him to Julius Randle, playoff.
You're
bum.
right. Julius Randle had good games this year, unlike Aaron Rodgers last year.
Hey, he didn't have good games in the playoffs.
He didn't have a single 300-yard passing day last year. And I know that's not like the end-all, be-all, but it's a pretty good indicator when you're 40.
That's fair, but he also had just back-to-back MVPs just a couple of years ago. That also happened.
He stole one of them from Brady, but yeah.
That's not even remotely true. Come on,
It
stop
is
it.
true.
Just
Stop
like
it.
Embiid stole one of Jokic's. It happens. Just like Jeff Kent stole one from Barry Bonds. Just like Steve Nash stole one from Society. You know, I'm just saying.
Steve Nash and Steph Curry have the same amount of MVPs, by the way.
Well, you guys always got to pick on the Canadian.
Steve Nash is good.
It's a
like
bias
Steve Nash.
against Canadians, D-Mac.
It is.
Well, hey, you know what? You get to use it as a shield all the time, so that's you got to pay the price for that every now and then, D-Mac.
All right.
Is that fair?
Fair enough.
I've seen it come.
Remember,
I've seen it be
we're
valuable.
Switzerland that punches back. Canada.
Aaron wants to know who's a bigger bozo, Aaron Rodgers or Julius Randle?
Hey, so in 2021, Aaron Rodgers had 4,115 yards, 37 touchdowns, and Brady had 5,316 yards and 43 touchdowns. So tell me he didn't steal his MVP.
Brady also had, I think, twice as many interceptions, and I think a worse record.
He had 12 interceptions, yeah, and Rodgers had 5.
Cappy Walt says MVP fatigue is real. You know what, D-Mac? Doesn't it warm your heart sometimes when people listen? It happens. People get MVP fatigue. They do. They let
need
that
a new name.
when you're
It's like the Academy Awards.
when you're exercising or you're playing a game or
Or
whatever.
the Emmys, unless you're Susan Lucci.
What does being tired do to us, D-Mac? It alters our perspective. It alters how we think. Makes cowards of us all, right? You don't have the energy to do the right thing when you're tired. So that's what happens to people when they vote for MVPs. It's pretty crazy, everybody. It is. Neal Ruhl here for Randy Wise Automotive. What could be better than watching celebrities like Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards play golf? How about playing golf yourself, being treated like a celebrity? That's what it's all about. Stopping at any Randy Wise dealership for your chance to play golf like a celebrity. VIP transportation, free golf to one of Michigan's best tracks, and a tasty steak dinner after. Compliments of Fairway Packaging Company. Make the wise decision. Get to Randy Wise Automotive today for your chance to win. It's the Randy Wise Automotive Celebrity Golf Tour.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you, woodwardsports.com chat thread. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. Subscribe, rate it, review it. What should they do, Spenmo?
5 stars.
Absolutely 5 stars. Get the algorithm pumping. Get this thing out in front of people. We would greatly appreciate that. Fun fact, you guys just saw that commercial. Until I started at Woodward Sports, I was unaware that Woodward Avenue was the very first paved road in America.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. We're not just,
That's why it's
entertaining.
number one.
That is. It makes sense now. We're not just
everything
entertaining.
makes sense.
We're not just fun. We're not just good guys. We're also educational as a network as well.
Absolutely.
Right. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rack says, MVP fatigue is similar to Sam Flannel fatigue. It just wears on you.
That's all right. I'm still in the Steph Curry funeral stage, so I'm pretty happy still. That doesn't even affect me. It's all good.
Now, Jack Harrington, come on. Who's a bigger bozo, Sam Flannel or Jackson Mahomes?
Oh,
easily Jackson Mahomes.
Now that's too far, Jack Harrington.
The legend killer does wear on you every now and then.
Should we take it to the streets, though, just to confirm?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Who's a bigger bozo, Sam Flannel or Jackson Mahomes?
I'm a lucid Jackson Mahomes, aren't I?
No
You
way.
better hope
There's
it's
no,
Jackson
there's
Mahomes,
no way.
but I think it's going to be closer than we think. It might
You
be
think
a
so?
4-1.
If Sam Flannel loses this poll, the chat is disingenuous.
Challenge accepted. I just heard the people across the. All right, challenge accepted. This should be, before we go in, handicap this one.
This should be at the very,
90 to
very
10?
least, at the very, very least 70-30.
Oh, okay, so you'll accept 70-30.
I just think Jackson Mahomes misunderstood sometimes.
Look at DMac trying
Jackson Mahomes
he's trying to sprinkle the recipe a little bit.
Chuck Brewer says Jackson doesn't affect us
I
daily.
don't even know who Jackson Mahomes is.
See, that's fair.
Still doesn't change the bozo level.
Wow,
That's
right
funny.
out of the gate. Who's a bigger bozo, Sam Flannel or Jackson Mahomes? 50-50 right now.
Oh, hell
But you got to give it up to Chuck. That's solid reasoning. Jackson Mahomes doesn't affect you daily. He's making a case. Spenny, whether or not you agree, that's immaterial. You have to admit that's a good point. You have to.
All right, so by that standards, you'd rather have Jackson Mahomes in your life every day than Sam Flannel.
Should we replace Sam Flannel with Jackson Mahomes on the show? 248.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
That is where I would draw the line, though, by
Sam
the way.
Flannel is in the lead.
Wow. Sam Flannel, 51. You know what? I think we should just sit and do play-by-play for this segment.
Oh, 51-49.
Flannel
Flannel
got
back to
1 point
50-50. They're neck and neck coming down the stretch.
Look at it bouncing back and forth
Here we
in live
go.
time.
Oh, it's right there. Mahomes.
This should be like
Flannel won't let
CNN
go.
and Fox News and MSNBC should have a map right, like a coverage map.
130 votes. We are straight down the middle, bro.
Have that one dude on there. Now,
50,
hey, we're still counting the votes. It's early. We're still counting the votes. That's
Yeah.
what we're going to do. We're going to continue to count the votes.
51-49, 134 precincts in. I've heard from 12 of the precincts right now. 135 total votes.
Flannel, where do you live?
Oh my gosh.
Novi.
Novi?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So you still have the Sam Flannel community
Yeah.
has yet to check
And
in.
isn't this
Check
the
in.
anti? Like the fact that where he's from will work against him instead of for him?
Because people will vote more.
They know
That's-
what a DB.
Yeah, the
he can
Plymouth
be.
Novi area, very
Do
popular.
people know that
Yeah.
Sam Flannel is the legend killer? If they know that, maybe that'll put some more votes up. Look at this. 150 votes right down the guts.
Right? We've never had that before.
No.
Thomas Gage says Embiid didn't have fatigue. He's just soft. But we are still waiting for the Plymouth, Canton, Novi area. We're waiting for those precincts to respond. That's a big Sam Flannel territory. Sam Flannel will pick up a lot of votes because these people not only deal with them, on the show, they deal with them on a day-to-day basis.
Just hearing
David
in,
Davis.
Sam accidentally did something good. He fell into a door that left it open for an old lady, so got her vote. She couldn't see. It was by accident,
Yeah.
though. He was trying to trip her. Jackson Mahomes ahead, 51-49, late in. Looks like Sam's family's voting.
Yeah.
Should be swinging back here
Make
soon.
sure you stick with Woodward Sports all segment long for your Jackson Mahomes, Sam Flannel update coverage. Your vote counts, maybe more than ever, and it counts this segment. Who is a bigger bozo, Jackson Mahomes or Sam Flannel? The people will decide. The
people
this
will
we know
decide.
for sure. No matter where you are, the people will decide.
We're getting the tally from the back from the mail-ins. Overseas votes are coming in. We'll have a number here
Jack
soon.
Stark, Sam Flannel, the most polarizing Woodward figure. Ransom, Sam is texting people to vote right now. And we are right there. We do need the tracker. Tammy Chin says Jackson is a tool. I like Sam.
Here we
Thank
go.
you.
Here
There
we
we
go.
go.
Well,
Side by side. Sam,
Come on.
it's your chance to
taking a
debate.
mirror selfie.
It is your chance to debate.
He is taking a mirror selfie. Come on
Hey,
now.
all right. You know what? The floor is yours. Here it is, the Jackson Mahomes, Sam Flannel, who's a bigger bozo debate. Why, Sam Flannel, is your opponent the bigger bozo?
Well, I mean, he just had a pretty bad arrest for forcibly kissing a woman. That's pretty bozo-ish on camera.
But explain your beard.
I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, I let it grow and then I shave it. It just is what it is. I don't do the beard trimmer thing like Spenny did and have mishaps. I just shave it,
All
let
right,
it grow back.
uncalled for. I'm voting for Sam Flannel now.
See, there you go. Sometimes, Spenmo, you got to let people do the damage to themselves, and that's what you do. Or you have 30 seconds remaining, Mr.
30
Flannel.
seconds remaining. I mean, he is literally just going off of the coattails of his brother, the greatest quarterback who has ever played NFL football. Did you know that Jackson Mahomes at one point had the talent to be, I believe, a D1 basketball player and just gave it all up to basically just be a Patrick Mahomes coattail rider? I work for everything that I
Are you
have.
not equally a Patrick Mahomes coattail rider, though?
Ooh.
Good question.
Yeah.
It's one of my most well-known opinions, but then you could argue that I'm a Ben Wallace coattail rider.
Okay, your time has expired.
All right.
And
Sam, quite one question. Have you ever taken a selfie like Mr. Mahomes has?
Ooh.
I believe that is a selfie.
I'm pretty sure I have at one point in my early 20s, but that's okay.
I can find one. Let
Okay.
me find one real fast.
Instant reaction to Sam Flannel's case there. You know what I didn't like, DMac? And maybe this is me. I don't know.
His
but
face?
Well, it's very punchable.
Yes.
There is no doubt. However, what I didn't like, it was all about casting aspersions on Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah.
It was never, here's what I do to be a better person than Jackson Mahomes.
Inside out. Inside out.
That's not genuine. That's not organic. That's not authentic. You see what I'm saying?
I have a question. Does Jackson Mahomes know that he's a DB? Is he fully aware that he is?
I think so, deep down in his heart.
And
I think it's a
and
brand.
that might be the reason.
What about
Sam Flannel?
What about
shit.
this? What about this? Cappy Walt says Sam lost because of the Ben Wallace contingency. We forgot
should.
about that.
Some people forgot about that. Looks like there's late the mail-ins. The mail-ins. I don't know how
Chuck
how
Brewer,
he did it.
Neal, Sam has a future in politics with all of his mudslinging.
Congratulations, Sam.
I mean, I just don't like to talk about myself. I'm a very, very humble man, but I will say this. If you've been watching Woodward Sports over the past month, nobody has graced their presence on more shows than me, Flannel Sam. That is a fact.
I wouldn't make
That's
that.
a fact. That's actually sexual.
Does that hurt or help, though?
Sexual.
That's a good point. It could hurt.
The precincts are open for 3.5 more minutes. Who's a bigger bozo? Jackson Mahomes has surged ahead. I do believe that some of we are about 50% of the precincts reporting
And
Jackson Mahomes at 54%.
I have some breaking news, a late entry to the case that might sway viewers' opinions. I don't know, man.
Oh, what is that? That is not Sam Flannel.
Gee.
Pulled it off his
There
Facebook. Pulled it off his Facebook.
Is Sam Flannel Jackson Mahomes?
This is the Laramie Tunzel gas mask situation on draft night.
Oh, is that a BlackBerry? How long
Was
ago?
that a Scorpions shirt at least?
It's Kid Cudi.
How do you
Was
respond,
that a Scorpions
Flannel?
t-shirt at least?
That was a Kid Cudi t-shirt.
Oh,
Look
no.
at that. Wow.
Oh,
I believe that was 2010 or something
Can we
like
open up
that.
the voting
Wow.
again?
The WoodwardSports.com chat
Can I
has
revolt?
exploded. Let's go Red Wing Sparty. Call it off. He's
Beads.
done.
He's got some beads in him.
What are the people going to do with this new information? Less than 2 minutes left for the precincts to be open. Who's a bigger bozo? But Jackson Mahomes still holding on to that 54-46 margin.
Wow.
So the people, it's not as damaging as we thought it might be.
Sam Flannel, do you care to?
I think he might have got some props.
Can we get Sam Flannel's response to this? Where were you the day in question? What was going on in your life? The people have a right to know.
I am pretty sure, was I a freshman in community college? I had just gotten a Facebook. I don't know. I thought I was cool back then.
Hey, guys, and look, DNC ENT, we need a new poll. The people demand the right to a revote. That's not how this works.
You know what?
That's not how this works.
Hey, listen, that's the boss. He's over there. He wants to keep this accountability.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be against a revote, but you have to change the category. But you know what, too, Sam? You know, I think that picture of Sam endeared him to his fandom. Look at that.
Can we baby in that picture? Damn.
Oh man.
Now, is he doing a selfie? Sam, are you taking a selfie, or were you like taking a picture of your like fish or
That's
something?
a selfie.
That's a selfie.
It's a mirror selfie, too.
It's a mirror selfie, yep. Wow.
With a Kid Cudi shirt on.
Yeah, that was me.
Look at this guy.
Oh my gosh.
They're the same person.
Isn't that the same vibes?
I will say
Photoshopped. The Mahomes one was Photoshopped.
Okay,
Same person.
the precincts have been closed, and despite the Jackson Mahomes media leak of the Sam Flannel selfie, Jackson Mahomes actually extended his lead after the media caught wind of that Sam Flannel selfie. So there is that.
It's fair.
Jackson Mahomes is a bigger bozo
That's
than
going
Sam
in the vault,
Flannel.
though. I'm keeping that picture forever.
I was going to say this. I will not be here tomorrow. My wife is getting dental surgery done, so I have to be there to handle that. For Thursday's show, can we please have that on the thumbnail?
Okay, I got you.
Is that fair?
Yes.
Thumbnail Thursday. Absolutely.
John Miller says the Kid Cudi shirt saved him. We'll react. We will react to this election. Sam Flannel, Jackson Mahomes. We are all breathless. That's democracy, though.
That is democracy.
Power to the people.
I knew as soon as he said mirror selfie, it was like everybody's got a mirror selfie on their Facebook at some point. It's just a matter of time.
We'll analyze. All right.
Okay.
Let's go to the break
We'll break it
we'll
down.
analyze.
We got to break down the election when we come back.
Sports marketing agency that helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This Is the S Word. Helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help. Because let's be real, guys. There is one, whether we like to admit it or not. If you're struggling or someone you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com. The sports marketing agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Hold up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, the second biggest bozo behind Jackson Mahomes, Spencer Raxter as well. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, by the way. Rewind, fast forward it. Give it a what rating?
5-star.
5-star rating. Get the algos pumping. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. If you're just checking us out for the first time, subscribe to the channel. Jump in the chat. It's like that, and we can talk about it. GW the Kid. Late information was given, and the people were not allowed to re-vote. We did a poll. Jackson Mahomes, Sam Flannel, who's a bigger bozo? We took it to the streets, and it was back and forth the entire time. Even with the leak of a late-breaking Sam Flannel early selfie that is on Jackson Mahomes' level. The matching mirror selfies.
I think that's a sidekick. The phone you're using. I'm pretty.
Break it down. What cell phone is that?
I believe it was a BlackBerry.
Was it a Razr?
I think so. Wow. I can't. What's even crazier to me is that picture was taken more than like 10 years ago.
You know what though? BlackBerry had its heyday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was BlackBerry loyal back in the day.
Oh yeah.
No, they were good. I like the buttons on them.
Yeah, the email
They had Brick
was
Breaker?
elite. Yep, they did.
Yeah.
The email was elite, and I really
Do you
did
still
enjoy
have
my
that
time.
phone, Sam, somewhere with the pictures, or did the pictures back downloaded out of it?
I might have it in. It's not usable, obviously. I might just have it in a drawer somewhere, but I probably threw that one away. I don't like a lot of clutter.
I just wonder how many more juicy photos does Sam have.
So reaction, DMac. You know, as we saw that play out, what were your takeaways from it?
I don't know if I've ever taken a mirror selfie. I think that's something that I might have to go home and try. It looks like fun. Reactions to that? No, my immediate reaction was it backfired on the Mahomes camp, releasing that
Sam
photo.
Flannel?
People went sensitive, and it was either because of the Kid Cudi shirt, so we automatically got Kid Cudi props, sort of like when you drop bars on this show.
Yes.
And the hair, the Justin, I thought it was Bieberlicious, but whatever it is, but just the fact that Sam, as he always does, whether he's in Flannel Sam mode, Legend Killer mode, is standing up on the podium. You cannot take the microphone away from him to defend himself. Now, I agree with you. Thought it was a little tacky the way he went after his opponent, but in the end, maybe I'm not going to give him the credit that it was reverse engineering, but at the end of the day, you know what, Sam, be proud. You're number 2 bozo next to Jackson Mahomes.
See, now I think Sam Flannel released it. I think
You
Sam
think he's that
Flannel
smart?
for 2 reasons.
So that means he's
For 2 reasons. Number 1, we've all got a skeleton like that in our closets. Let's be real.
Yes.
Let's be real. We all do somewhere. And number 2, he saw that a change needed to be made because he was winning the poll.
Yeah.
He was winning the poll for a while.
He had to get some sympathy votes.
And because he had the Kid Cudi Cudi shirt on, DMac,
Yeah.
he ran it, and you know what he did? He said to himself, when life seems hopeless, I'll rearrange things for a dose of dopeness. And that's what he did.
Wow.
And he spun it, and here we are.
He went Kid
and it
Cudi.
worked.
He did. Props to Flannel or his campaign team.
Yeah.
The Flannel campaign team really was waiting for this. This was a last-minute ditch. Because I think out of the gate, he didn't even think he was in jeopardy of being a number 1 bozo.
Yep.
And it came right down to it. So it shows you the lengths that this man,
I do like
Flannel
that.
Sam,
He
will go to.
could have played it safe and released the picture of like him holding Jake, like something that, a little puppy, it's cute.
Yeah.
But no, he
was with the people.
Self-sabotaged and it worked out for him.
And the people identified with
Yeah.
it. And look, I see a lot of this in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And let this be a lesson to everybody about democracy. The will of the people was shown here today. And GW the Kid says late information was given and the people were not allowed to revote. GW the Kid, it is not
Yeah.
democracy's fault that you didn't wait for all available information to present itself.
How often do you get to revote? Your vote's
Never.
cast.
Yeah, you did your vote. It's not democracy's fault you didn't wait. You could have waited longer for all available information to present itself, and you didn't. That's not democracy's fault. That's your fault.
maybe this is a grander lesson moving forward.
It is.
Just take that little extra time. Not just here in this, but out there in the real world.
Oh, Alex Merrill already changed his picture. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You are officially a avatar in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
Congratulations to me.
Jeb Large, are we sure it wasn't rigged? Jeb, are you casting aspersions on the way we count votes around here? Is that what you're doing?
We're gonna have people storming Woodward Sports here in a minute.
In a minute, right. I don't know about all that stuff. Jake Wegener said you can ask for a recall. You can file the proper paperwork. Get the appropriate amount of signatures, Jake, and we'll run it back. Let democracy run its due course. So there is that. But that was fun.
Steve Wild says this is harassment and an HR incident, Sam. All right, we'll go to our head of HR.
Yeah, DMac?
DMac?
Your many roles here, obviously the Dean of Integrity, number one.
Wait. There's no... Dude, there's the accountability, the counting system, and all that stuff to whatever is on point, okay, to whatever else. So, but we will take in written form if you have you want to bring it up and we can go back and check it out, we will go through
if you do the due process.
Yes, we will let you do the due process.
Yeah.
I mean, no one but me, number one, would like to see him be number one bozo, but the people have spoken.
Yeah.
The people have spoken. Maybe next time we just take into account, Neal will close the... Somebody said, I didn't know there was a time limit. There always is, because Neal will tell you when the polls will close.
Once I gave
have
multiple.
all information's in.
Yeah.
The polls will be closing.
You gave a
soon.
3-minute count? You gave
With
a
new,
2-minute count?
as Sam Flannel always says, with new information, we are allowed to change our opinion. But as of right now, the people have spoken.
Shane Sandrock says, Sam Flannel looks like he told the ladies he plays guitar, and he goes home and plays Rock Band. Did you play that game, Sam Flannel?
I played a little bit of Rock Band. I was never a guitar guy, but yeah.
Rock Band's fire. I used to do vocals.
Oh yeah, Rock Band is goated.
The old technicality.
Yep.
So there was that. And, you know,
what a legendary moment in BDE history.
Shad216 says the people were led astray. Revolt. And, you know, the people were not led astray.
Yeah. Good thing there's no grassy knolls around here.
Chuck, Neal, we need a new segment. Who's a bigger bozo, Sam or somebody new every day? It's got legs.
It's got legs.
Damn.
It's definitely got legs. All right, where were we before this whole thing kind of got off the?
I don't even remember.
I don't even remember where we were either. I know the NBA draft lottery is tonight. I know we have a Pistons fast break coming up. Oh yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes.
You know what? And I think this is kind of dumb. But I guess it's not nothing, but it is kind of nothing. The Jahmyr Gibbs ankle injury gate, whatever you want to call it. There's been some pushback about it and say he's hurt already. People, and look, I know DMac what people like to do. Anything that fits a narrative where they can rerun it about the Brad Holmes likes injured players bit, right? That's the contingent. That's just the vocal minority. You let me know. Like, you know, rookie camps, OTA, stuff like that.
I mean, obviously, it's something that, you know, it's for him to go out there and do it would be
foolish,
a detriment to him not going out there and doing it at OTAs or whatever. OTAs more being around the team and whatever, and who cares? Guys got bumps and bruises. Being a running back, playing like he did, where he did, right? Is the fact that he's probably got some bumps and bruises, and the fact that you're erring on the side of caution. And no, right? This is a question if he doesn't play, you know, if he's sitting out and ending up. Bottom line, he isn't DeAndre Swift, okay? So I think that people automatically go, well, the last guy that we had here, he was injury prone. So this guy's injury. No, it's OTAs. It's about being around the guys and getting the system and stuff like that. And they probably said, you're nicked up. You probably could go or get out there. If it was a game in the season, you'd go. But right now, that's also being smarter too. And I'm glad that they not only they got accountability through the coaching stats, but also in their training team too. So no, how can you even? That it's narrative based.
It's narrative based.
It's 100% narrative based. What do you want him to do? Every time he touched it, he scored. What's that mean?
Same thing
he
as
ran
him
a
not going.
bazillion miles an hour. What's that mean? Who cares?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Prop due. This election was third-rate burglary. It was a lot like Joel Embiid being named the MVP, I guess you could say. MVP, yeah, absolutely.
And I think Dan G brings up a good point when he says Gibbs missed 0 games. My question would be, how many games did he miss? You know, is he a perennial guy that misses it? Did he miss stuff like that? I think in today's day and age, it's more about management, right? And especially at the running back position, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. That he didn't go.
Why would you care? I'm more that he's around the guys, getting the facility, learning different things, studying. You know, so he's not on the field. Like, get your head in the books or in the training table or the workout room. But there's so many other things that you can build on, right? Now, regular training camp, I want to see him out there. I want to see him ripping it up out of the backfield.
Early returns for Sam Flannel bozo contest. They want to see Sam Flannel against Alavila. They want to see Sam Flannel. That's going to be tough. They want to see Sam Flannel against Grandpa Joe. That's pretty strong. Grandpa Joe would definitely win
both
that.
of those are pretty good.
Matt
victories.
Millen as an opponent. They want that. That's out there as well. Steve Wild. Neal's a bozo for wearing a pink shirt as a 40-year-old man. Oh, it's just
That's
a T-shirt.
fuchsia, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got pink shorts on.
I do a lot of pink. Believe it or
Rock,
not.
I like
rock
pink.
what you want.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Especially on the golf course. I do a lot of pink on the golf course. But yeah, that was that. 9 drinks. Neal only wears pink to match his hot takes. Okay. Chuck Brewer says, Neal, what about Flannel Sam against Brandon Katz? I don't know. Katz makes good points sometimes, though.
So does Flannel.
Does he?
Yeah. He has some good takes.
I was unaware. I know one good take, though. Get your hair cut at Lady Jane's. That's a good take.
And also this, how would you like to win a new vehicle for you and a friend? That's right, a new car for you and your wife, girlfriend, or best bud. Even spend more racks. Just get to a Lady Jane's, automatically register for your chance to win, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick, GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. Baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, the second biggest bozo behind Jackson Mahomes. We have Spencer Raxter as well. Former high school swimming great. Go check it out. Don't believe me. We did that while you were gone. People were pushing back.
Yeah.
Didn't believe that Spencer Raxter was an all-county swimmer during his swimming
was
days.
it breaststroke?
Yep, breaststroke.
Of course it was.
All county was breaststroke. I am 50 free, 200 free. Breaststroke.
That was your stroke out of the pool. In
Breaststroke.
and out of the pool.
Yes, sir.
It was more than an event. It was a way of life.
Danny's youngest.
Yeah.
Danny Raxter's youngest.
Yeah, so swimming legend, Spencer Raxter as well. Yes. NBA draft lottery tonight. Pistons, again, just going by the numbers, Pistons a 14% chance of getting the number 1 pick, which means there's an 86% chance they won't get the number 1 pick. So it all depends on how you look at it. But 3 teams with a 14% chance: Detroit, Houston, San Antonio, Charlotte at 12.5, Portland at 10.5. So there's that as well. Pistons most likely pick, number 5. 48% chance of getting the number 5 pick. Houston's most likely pick as well, number 5 at 27.8%. That's their largest chance. They have a 20% chance of picking 6th. So that's their biggest likelihood. San Antonio Spurs, 26% chance of picking 6th. That's their most likely pick.
What is their percentage of picking first?
14, same as the Pistons.
So they have the same percentage, but why does it feel like they got an 86% chance of getting the first pick? Anybody else? Is that what you're scared about, Spenny, that you think is predetermined?
Yes.
Right? You think it's going to San Antonio?
I think it's going to San Antonio, yeah.
See, I think it's going to be Dallas.
Ooh.
Because then they become the NBA's international team.
With Luka and Wemby.
Dude,
Wemby.
if he goes to Dallas, and I want Casey, the Kirks, man, wow, are they going to shoot their mouth off? They love the Mavs. That would put them back. That Mark Cuban, wow.
And look, you guys know, I push back on that whole fix thing, right? There's accounting firms that supervises the whole thing. It's open to media. There are a group of media people that do know the results because, again, guys, like when they flip these cards over on TV, it's already been done. All right, just so we know, just like with the Columbus Blue Jackets thing, that was a guy in the control room that pushed the wrong button at the wrong time. It's already been done when they get there. Just
like this, oops.
And then all of a sudden you see Sam Flannel's selfie pop up there as a number 3 pick.
Oh, darn.
So just want it out there. That's what it is, and everything is done. And I do not believe these things are fixed unless the Chicago Bulls win it. Then I believe they're fixed. Tucked.
It is. No, let's see.
I love
Could you imagine?
I love that you just own it and move on.
No, could you imagine? Think about it though. Like what a kick in the plunge. Chicago gets both first. What are their percentage?
Oh, that would suck.
What's Chicago's percentage getting the first overall pick?
They are 1.8%.
But just could you imagine? Oh, so
because they finished tied with Oklahoma City, so they had a coin flip, and to see who gets 1.8% and who gets 1.7%, and Oklahoma City got 1.7%.
It's just sort of like with Florida moving on in the playoffs. We got 17th overall pick, right?
Yep.
9 and 17 in the Red Wings draft. Moved up a spot. Might not seem big, but might be.
That is true. So, yeah, in honor of it, it's an opportunity to maybe rap about the Pistons a little bit. How about a Pistons fast break, Spenny? What do you say?
What do you say? All right, first question of the Pistons fast break. Who will be the head coach for the Pistons next season?
We might get some answers to that after tonight.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, and I've never done this in the history of the fast breaks, nickel packages, any kind of question segment. I don't know. I don't know, and I think that a whole bunch of things have to move because I don't think that anybody projected that the Bucks firing their coach, the Suns firing their coach. And that changes the landscape.
Sixers firing their coach?
Sixers firing their coach about an hour ago. Like, DMac, the whole landscape's been flipped upside down.
Monty Williams, Doc Rivers, guys that have been around this league.
That no one expected to be unemployed.
Guy that didn't expect to be out. I think the brilliance to this question is I'm just glad my answer to along your lines is I'm just glad we don't know yet until after tonight's draft.
I do have a question for the league contingent, right? The people that want the Bucks associate head coach Charles Lee to be the next coach. If he's so good, why didn't the Bucks keep him?
But I think the Bucks were going to keep him until Monty Williams became available.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is it mentality tree, right? You want to get away from that coaching tree, right? If the Budenholzer.
You've been in the room, DMac. You tell me. Like you went somewhere based on a coach.
I would think it's a different philosophy. You're looking for a different philosophy. Right? Not saying that, Charles, but it's just because he comes from the same guy, so he was taught by him, so his philosophy is the same play. Just better way to say it is, are you a player's coach or are you like a hard ass?
Right.
Are you a dictator guy or are you communicative? So might be old school, new school, something they want. They want something.
Are there any hard asses in? You can't be a hard ass in the NBA anymore.
You can't.
Well, that's where it's evolved now.
Yeah.
So are you an X's and O's guy? Are you a who knows? But I think that the answer to the question is because there's people available that we never thought would be available. I just think that the patience that Troy Weaver, Tom Gores, whatever it may be, till after we find out the lottery, shows competence.
Yeah, dollars for dollars, I would really be interested in Monty Williams though, just because of what he does with guards offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Every guard that's played under him has popped off.
Well,
every single one.
Isn't that where we have a plethora of?
That's where we're at with it. Stay tuned to the fast break. We'll address that a little bit later on. Number two,
second question of the fast break: will Cade Cunningham be an All-Star next season?
I hope so, man. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on Cade, for real. Like everyone. The season last year, look, people don't like to term it this way, DMac. When your number one overall pick goes down 9 games in, the season becomes a throwaway. Period, end of story. Period, end of story. There's no discussion about it. It just is the way that it is.
When he's your leader, and then that's what everything's.
When he's your franchise, he's the
focused
franchise.
around. Yes.
The number one pick because the Pistons did win
Is
the
he
NBA
healthy
lottery
this year?
2 years
Does he
ago.
come back healthy? Does he play a healthy season in your mind?
Yes, and if he does, then that should be the step, right? Because I forget. It's my job sometimes to know, and I forget. Remember those graphics that they were putting out on his rookie season? The names that were on those graphics of everything he was doing.
Jordan.
There were people.
James,
there were people here that felt he
Doncic.
got slighted in the Rookie of the Year voting and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember that. I think we do forget, DMac. I
If
think
he's
we do.
healthy, he's an all-star. Period.
I mean,
I'm with it.
I hope so.
I'm
I
with
really, really hope so. This weighs into future questions in the fast break too.
All right, next question of the fast break. Will Bojan Bogdanovic finish his contract with the Pistons?
If number 2 is yes, will Cade Cunningham be an all-star? Then I'm more likely to say yes that Bogdanovic does finish his contract with the Pistons. It's just we've seen this play out in the NBA before. He'll be, 34 next year?
Yeah, no, but to your point, right? Why he would stay is because it worked. If you're expecting to move him, we were all expecting him to move at the trade deadline last year. So why wouldn't you expect it this year if it makes your team better? But if your team is better and Cade is an all-star, it's because they like him, for whatever reason. Hopefully that at the end of it, it just doesn't play out and then he's gone. You get something in return if you're going to lose him, whenever that is.
Lorena Rio says, who cares? Well, Lorena, I mean, 14%, 14 years. This is the most they've cared in 14 years.
You can just, tune out.
so that's what it is. Chuck says, I hope Bojan is gone. His lack of defense is pathetic. Chuck,
he's a shooter, bro.
Bojan's been on brand, 100% on brand, and was really, really good last year.
You knew what you're getting from him.
Yeah, you knew exactly. Remember, man, I will tell you this. Bojan was like the first. I don't even remember the last time. Every time Bojan shot the ball last year, I thought it was going in. Every single time. 40% three-point shooter. It's been a minute since the Pistons had a shooter like that, dude.
Been forever.
Forever, no doubt. Bojan's delivered on every metric.
Yeah. All right, next question of the fast break. Can Beef Stew really be a reliable 4 in the NBA?
In
like
what
starter.
context?
Like you don't get
On
Wemby.
this team?
You don't get Wemby. He's your starting 4 next year.
Over Darren?
No, Darren's your 5.
Over Wiseman?
Yeah.
No. What was it? 33%?
Yeah.
From 3?
Yep.
That moving the needle for you?
Not really.
Wiseman can give you that and be a better rebounder. And look, I know. You know what else is funny too? I'll cut you guys off before you get to it. When everyone says, "Well, Darren and Wiseman can't play together," the big man is dead in basketball. Really? Look at what do all these teams have in common?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm talking right now.
Good big man.
When are the Lakers at their best?
When Anthony Davis is dominating the paint.
What does the Nuggets' entire franchise revolve around?
Jokic.
Who's the MVP?
MVP.
Embiid.
No, that was Embiid.
What position is the MVP been in the last 3 years?
Center.
Big.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. Work backwards on it.
It's a different brand of center, but yeah, it's
a center. It's a center.
Yeah.
Who saved the Celtics' ass a couple times? And I know the guard. I know Tatum and Brown have been great.
Al Horford.
You see what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
Who are the difference makers in all this?
Bam Adebayo for the Heat is extremely important.
100%. I know that's what everyone's programmed to say. The center's dead and it's not important. It is. It's vitally important.
And you look at our division alone, the Cavaliers play 2 centers. The Bucks play Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo. You need big men.
So there it is, man. That's what it is. DMac, I don't know. The 30 in today's day and age, you gotta be if you're 33% from 3, you better be getting 12 rebounds a game, and you better be 7 foot.
Well, it can't be your bread and butter, right? That's got to be a caveat to it. You can handle a guy shooting 33%, like you said, if he's leading your team in rebounds or being an assist monger or something like this. But in today's day and age, because it's all about the 3 ball, we've changed it into that game. We talk about it all the time, right? So even in your big, we've seen it. Even your bigs got to be legitimate. Your bigs got to be 1 for 3 from 3-point land.
And oh, by the way, too, what did Jokic do to Phoenix the second Ayton wasn't playing?
Bodied him in the post.
Murdered him.
Yeah.
Beyond, I mean, it was gruesome murder what happened in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And Jokic was just like, he was like playing against a child in there. It was tough to watch, no doubt. Number 5.
All right, final question. Say the Pistons don't land the first pick and they get number 2. What happens if they draft a 4th point guard in a row?
You know what happens.
Somebody's got to go.
One's got to go. It's the circle of life, man.
Oh, I was going to say Monty Williams has got to be your coach.
Two things. It's pretty apparent, Spencer. You know what the answer. Well, let me ask you that one, Spencer. What happens?
I'm calling teams.
And?
I'm calling Minnesota.
And?
See what'll happen there. If that doesn't happen, I'm calling Brooklyn. See what Mikal Bridges is going to cost. I'm getting a wing somehow. I'm trading somebody.
So you're not just going to take Brandon Miller?
No, I feel like I don't know.
You're wavering on Brandon Miller.
I am, yeah.
And you know what it is, Neal, where it's different, right? That I don't hear from in this crickets is like, no one's going to trade up for you. Like, no one's going to, even if you have 2 or 3. Is anybody going to make a trade for that guy?
Because I always go back to this. If you don't want it, what makes you think anybody else wants it?
That's what I'm saying. But you see the juice, how it's just so different than even in hockey. Like we're talking about at the top, the first 2 guys are irreplaceable, not tradable. But there are some moves that we know are going to be made in the first round of the NHL draft. In the NFL draft, we saw what happens. Expect it happens. We talked about it. We talked about our team. We're going to move up, move back. Right? There's no juice to that. If
you don't want it, which goes to Steve Reinhart here, calling teams and getting a really good player. What's the path?
4 first-round picks, including the one you have this year, and any player on the team not named Ivy, Darren, or Cade.
I know, but you can't do that because you don't own your pick next year.
3 first-round picks. Like I'm doing anything I can.
That'll be interesting. Watch how many people watch the draft compared to how many people watch the lottery.
Yeah.
In the NBA, because
I know the answer to that.
The draft's going to be what, 5 times?
I don't know.
Maybe not that much.
Maybe not that much, but it'll be a lot.
Would you not say that in the NBA, right? Because it's all about number 1. But like, is there juice on the rest of it? As much, not like the NFL. I just
you don't trade down in the NBA draft though. Like, if you're trading in the NBA draft, you're trading your pick for players.
You're trading the piece, right?
There's no dudes at the top other than number 1, right?
I'd say the first 3 are very intriguing. After that, it drops off pretty.
Or am I reading this wrong?
Teams
that
want
there
Scoot.
Are good players.
Teams want Scoot for sure. The Pistons are just in a situation where they don't need guards.
Yeah. They have a glut. So we'll see, man. Somebody's franchise is going to get altered tonight in a good way.
Hopefully it's... Whatever team drafts Victor Wembanyama is projected to gain $500 million in revenue.
That's crazy.
I think the biggest thing, though, right? The biggest thing with Wembanyama right now, isn't it the international reach?
Yeah.
For that organization?
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
More than probably what they have. That's why I think you might be right with Dallas.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Just like I'm saying Cintron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. Yes, proudly served at Little Caesars Arena. Keyworth Stadium as well. Detroit City FC. Stand up. See you out there this Saturday, by the way. You can crush some Cintron while you're there. Right now, an exclusive offer for Woodward sports fans. Go to drinkcintron.com/Woodward. Get the 6-pack sampler. $15. Free shipping. Boom. Right there to your door. You can try the great tasting Crumbury Classic or the sugar-free. Okay. So you know what? Why wait? Go to drinkcintron.com/Woodward. Get the 6-pack sampler box delivered to your door. $15 free shipping. If you're one of the few that haven't tried Cintron as of yet, give it a spin. Darren McCarty, you drink it.
Drink it, live it, love it with Cintron.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry. Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Go to the WoodwardSports.com YouTube channel, subscribe there, and hey, while you're subscribing, subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Spencer, what should they rate it?
5-star.
Do the 5-star review, get those algos popping, and get it going. But it is NBA Draft Lottery Day, 8 o'clock tonight, right before the Lakers and the Nuggets. Sam Flannel doesn't care, though. He feels as though he's playing with house money because his Lakers beat Golden State, so he's fired up about that. So he's happy. Doesn't matter how it goes. I have a question, though, and being real, because I'm going to come clean about something. And I want to poll the people, and I want them to be honest, which I don't know if they will or not. But DMac, in honor of the NBA Draft Lottery today, how many people for real have watched Victor Wembanyama play? I have not. I have not watched a game.
I have not.
Sam Flannel, did you watch a game? I'm talking about watching a game.
No, just
okay, great.
Highlights.
Spencer, have you watched a game? You're sick. I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I have.
So 25% of the students.
I've watched a couple games.
I would get the emails from the NBA, because the NBA would market it. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, Victor Wembanyama, his game in France, stream here. They did it where they set it up where he played against G League teams.
Yeah, I watched his 2 games against the overseas elite. I watched a couple of his games in France.
How did he look?
Legit. He's a freak of nature.
Give me the Spencer Raxter scout.
He is a taller, better defensively, less offensively polished Kevin Durant.
Say that again?
A taller, better defensively, less offensively polished Kevin Durant.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He can do everything. He can literally do everything, and he's a great rim protector.
Chuck Brewer learned from our lessons in democracy. He said, Neal, clarify scene. Whole games or part of games? Just did you tap in?
Have you watched him play on a live game?
Yeah, have you watched him play in a live game? I have not. The schedule never worked out because usually it was in the afternoon. So, I never really got that opportunity to tap into it. When he played at night the one time, I had a game I was doing. So, I've looked at the clips the same as everybody else. But I would contend, we saw clips of Darko too. Mm-hmm. So, We've seen clips of every draft pick that's out there. Michael says, I don't even know who the guy is.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking for some honesty about it.
He's a taller, better defensively, less offensively polished Kevin Durant.
So my question is, are we making too much about this? And Dave says, I watched Victor play since the 16-year-old Olympic gold medal game against the USA when he absolutely destroyed Chet.
Yes.
So I've heard that. That's what my only concern, and I've heard this talked about around town. My only concern is he's what, 7'5" now?
Mm-hmm. They say he's still growing.
The feet, man.
See, there is concern there that is reasonable, but also it's like he trained his body. He learned how to walk differently. He learned how to distribute his weight differently. Like, he puts a lot into his body and being healthy and, not breaking down.
Okay.
Because I understand what humans aren't supposed to be that big.
Right.
So it makes sense to be nervous about it, but like he does a lot. He does a lot to make sure that he is fine and he'll be there for the long run.
And Chuck says Neal looks like a guard handling the ball, and I've seen that. But the thing to me, the thing that blows me away about it, and DMac, I don't know if you saw it, like the clip where he shoots the running three.
Yeah, one-legged.
One-legged. He got the rebound before it was off the rim or whatever.
Like that was, he shoots running threes.
Yeah.
And I don't even care if that's guarded or not.
When he gets a block on one end, takes a rebound, dribbles it down
brings
the
it
court,
up the floor,
and hits a step back three, it's like, yeah, okay, this kid's fucking stupid. Like,
yeah. It is like it is wild. So I get the hype and everything like that, but are we making too much of it? Yes and yes.
Don't know until we see him play, because obviously we've seen. I mean, let's be fair, okay? We've seen some European guys make it in the NBA. We've seen some European guys not make it in the NBA, drafted highly. We suffered it here with Darko, but we talk about Jokic and Luka Doncic and different. You name so many other guys. So you got to give this guy an opportunity.
No
right?
doubt.
And in today's day and age, we will find out. But what I've watched him do in highlights, we all agree with. Wow, that's sort of amazing. Does it translate over? I'd have to ask. I trust the basketball guy. Talking to our friend Lindsey Hunter, who's on here every now and then, who is a basketball mind, likes Wembanyama. Right? So, like, is he a basketball player? Yes. Is he growing? Is he something? You just mentioned to me last segment about what is the norm for the Final Four in the NBA. The big man. The big man. The big man. You need a big man. So he's got the size and the fact that if he can shoot from the outside, or if he's doing running threes and beating everybody to the basket, then what's it matter? So we'll wait and find out. Just hopefully
he'd be such
basketball
a good
gods agree with us and we get number one.
I mean, he's a good fit on any team, but like it's exactly what the Pistons need.
Well, because like being honest, here's what intrigues me about it, Spenny. Mm-hmm. And again, I didn't watch games. I've seen clips like everybody else. But he is positionless.
Yes.
Like he can play the three at 7'5".
Yeah. He can do anything he wants.
Like, it is wild. Have we ever seen anything like that? We've never seen anything like this, even in today's day and age.
You said 7'5". Who's 7'5"?
7'5".
Manu Bol?
Like, and somebody said it.
Yao Ming?
In the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Do we realize he's 7 inches taller than Kevin Durant?
No, Kevin Durant's a 7-footer.
Is he?
Yes. DeMarcus Cousins.
Okay, he's 5 inches taller than Kevin Durant.
DeMarcus Cousins wouldn't let Kevin Durant stand next to him in the gold medal photos because Kevin Durant was listed at 6'9", DeMarcus Cousins was listed at 6'11", and Kevin Durant was taller than him.
Okay, he's 5 inches taller than Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
It's just it's. Have we seen anything like this? Like with LeBron, I was a big believer in LeBron because for me, it's all about the body. DMac, you know athletes when you see them. You know, you've been around the game. You know them when you see them. And LeBron had a man's elite
He's a tight
body.
End playing
at 18,
basketball. Right.
At 17, he had a man's body.
And you knew he was going to fill out. Like you could see, even though you look back and he was smaller, but you saw the frame that he was going to build.
Yeah.
To.
For people saying like he's 7'2", he blah blah blah, he's not 7'5". This was a couple years ago. Him standing next to Zach Edey, who is 7'4".
Yes. And Chet Holmgren, by the way, is on the right.
Yeah. And Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey's actually a little taller than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a solid like 6'4", 6'5". Yeah. But yeah, that's Wembanyama standing next to Zach Edey. If you don't know who Zach Edey is, he was Lurch from Purdue. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Another guy, the ball goes through him for Purdue. The ball went through Hunter Dickinson for Michigan. Like the big has more of a role than we give it credit. I know that's the talking point, but it's true. Elite bigs, man. That's where it's at.
That's elite.
Right.
Elite bigs. Now the bigs we're talking about are pretty
Yeah,
big.
and Dave Swaniger says that's when they were 16. So, like, he's bigger now, too.
You know what else is elite? Guardian Alarm.
That is true.
Of course. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. 1-800-STAY-OUT. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us to any time, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. Again, the phone number, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Even the second biggest bozo that we know, Sam Flannel's flannel protection. How many straight days of flannel protection, Sam?
277.
277 straight days of protecting the number 2 bozos flannel. So that tells me whatever is personal or business, whatever you need protected, Guardian Alarm will be there for you. So I'll do it right now. Give them a call. The number, 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Continue to stay out of the playoffs, Steph Curry.
Stay out of the first-round pick. Anybody not named the Detroit Pistons?
Stay out of the number 5 pick, Detroit Pistons. Please, come on.
Here we go. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Tell them, Big D Energy, we sent you.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports is brought to you by Cousins Maine Lobster Detroit. Check out their food trucks rolling around the city offering the tastiest lobster rolls, lobster tacos, and more. Go to cousinsmainelobster.com and search locations to find the Detroit schedule or download the app to order ahead and earn points. You can even scan their QR code right there and figure out where they are rolling around the city. So make sure you check out Cousins Maine Lobster.
Coming down the stretch, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and the Big D Energy podcast as well. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get it. Just look for the little picture, silly little picture of DMac and I on there and subscribe to that. FGM in the WoodwardSports.com chat there. The Pistons don't get the number 1. If the Pistons don't get the number 1 pick, Wemby will be a 4X MVP, a champion, and a first ballot Hall of Famer. If we do get the first pick, he'll be Greg Oden.
Shut up. Don't you put those demons on me.
Yeah, don't you put that out there in the stratosphere. So, it's all going down tonight, 8 o'clock. The NBA draft lottery. Again, the Pistons, 14% chance of getting the number 1 overall pick. It's deeper than that for me. Since they reshuffled the NBA draft odds to get to this kind of anti-tanking movement that they have, the worst record has never gotten the number 1 pick. It's due. It's due. It's going to happen.
Well, I mean, if you're going with the odds and you like to look at trends and we're a betting society, there you go. You got one that's working for you.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've done it before. So you've been in these waters. Ben Wallace, baby. That's all I got to say, Sam. Ben Wallace. So you remember when that bingo ball comes down, Ben Wallace, Ben Wallace, Ben Wallace. He's the man. And I expect tomorrow a nice little, 3 to 5 minute, maybe 1,000-word apology to Mr. Wallace.
3 to 5
3 to 5 minutes. Do I need to write it out?
You know what? I was going to say, we kind of glossed over that as a show, where if you missed it, Sam Flannel said if Ben Wallace delivers the number 1 overall pick again, he will cease legend killing on Ben Wallace.
Cease legend killing.
He will verbally admit that he is rightfully in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
He's taken in new information.
Yes.
And formed a new opinion. He pretty much said that just like here, right, Neal, you're talking about accountability, and we had a vote. If you weren't here earlier, show up a little earlier, maybe tomorrow. We had a Jackson Mahomes versus Sam Flannel, who's the bigger bozo. Right? Now, people were complaining. I'm going to call it complaining a little bit that they wanted to revote after more information. With new information, Sam Flannel brought this to Big D Energy. With new information, I'm allowed to change my opinion. Ben Wallace will do that for Sam Flannel tomorrow, and I can't wait. That's the biggest thing. That's why I want the number 1 pick. So he has to come clean. That's all.
So there it is.
That's all.
Corey Berry says it should be at least 3 to 5 segments.
3 to 5
That's an
segments.
hour of the show.
Wow.
Of Sam Flannel apologizing to Ben Wallace.
We'll have more, but we will get back. It'll be throughout the show. Maybe they'll just have extended. And what else do you have to say, Sam, to Ben Wallace? You apologize for what else, Sam? And maybe we'll have Sam's top 10 apologies to Ben Wallace.
Maybe. Well, because the resume changes, right, Flannel? What was it? 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Yes.
4-time NBA Hall of Famer, NBA champion, multiple-time All-Star, delivered 2 number 1 overall picks to a franchise.
But 2.
2.
Yeah.
Changed the course of Pistons basketball not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Hey, I'll have to give him his flowers. I will.
I want it for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
I want it just for that.
That's why I want it for that, just so we can right the world. So, Wembayama.
Here on Mark M. Apollo. Sam Flannel, top 10 anime betrayal.
Facts.
That'd be a good segment for for you guys if you want to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go, Spatty.
Because I won't be here. So go ahead and do that.
I'm down.
Yeah. Here on Mark M says Flannel can apologize to DMac, Lindsey, and Tom Brady also while he's at it.
Definitely not Tom Brady. What did I say to Lindsey? I've never said anything about Lindsey.
Wait, Tom Brady's a Michigan alum. You can't you slander a Michigan alum?
He slandered Derek Jeter too.
Oh,
What?
Michigan's own.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Derek
Jeets?
Jeter, yeah.
Well-
But I'm with him on that. Like A-Rob was a better player than Jeter.
100%.
No doubt.
Not
The
even
Michigan's own Kazoo.
Yeah.
The Jeets.
Said
But,
if he would have went to college, he would have went to Michigan.
That's true.
Real quick, too, you know what? And I'm stunned that we haven't had this since we're, just kind of spitballing right now. University of Michigan women's lacrosse, 1 win away from the Final Four, I was told.
Okay, Flannel.
Come on, Sam.
Break it
Where's the
down.
updates?
What?
How the heck are we supposed to?
Break it down.
Go blue.
I mean, I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
It's
Oh
women's
my
This is-
God,
this is-
He is Brandon Katz.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Spenny, if the Sparty women's lacrosse team was 1 win away from the semifinals, we would know about it, right?
Probably not.
Absolutely,
There you go, there
because
you
you
go.
care.
The floor is yours.
Good luck
Give us
to
a
him.
give us a breakdown.
I mean, Spenny just said that if it were Michigan State, he wouldn't care. So I think that kind of absolves me of any obligation. It's lacrosse.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if it was either lacrosse team. Now the Quidditch team, on the other hand, I saw the Quidditch team practicing a couple times. I was like, dude, this is like I'm a nerd, but that's just a different level.
Men's lacrosse, the Wolverines will take on the #1 Duke Blue Devils in the NCAA quarterfinals. If they win the championship, will you get a T-shirt?
No.
Why not?
I
Go
feel
blue.
like Duke lacrosse has been good forever. Like for the
Them
entire.
and Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, Johns Hopkins.
Yeah.
Why is Sam such a front runner? Support all your teams, bro. You got to support through the bag. Neal, Oakland Grizzlies, right? You support all their different sporting adventures,
100%,
right? Cross
yeah.
country, women's lacrosse, field hockey, whatever.
Absolutely.
Flannel, how do you feel about Michael Daniel?
Diving, gymnast, like, come on, Sam.
Saying
Maybe
Jeter
that's
didn't
the
do
problem.
steroids.
We might, hey, Spenny, might have to open up the bozo.
What about this? Women's tennis, the NCAA quarterfinals. They're playing Georgia, though.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys won't claim that, right? But if they beat Georgia, if like MLive puts it on social media, there'll be 3,000 likes, and I was just go blue.
I just feel out of
Please
touch.
don't do that, MLive.
Feel like I
please.
should be in touch, and I just feel out of touch.
Yeah.
It
Flannel,
was
give me the
Johnny
breakdown.
Hopkins and Sloan Ketter.
I smoked pot with Johnny.
Flannel, come on. Women's tennis, Georgia, Michigan.
That shit up all the
Does Michigan get revenge for what happened in the college football playoff from 2 years ago?
Well, there's nothing that can overtake that, obviously. But you know what's kind of a funny thing, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. Women's tennis is actually underrated, I think, as a sport. It's one of the few where the women's game is just as compelling as the men's game. Like, overall.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like a tennis technical tennis elite, you know, the men's game is just big serves and aces, and that's what it is. I've actually called a couple of NCAA conference championships in tennis for ESPN Plus before. But give me the breakdown. You're shedding the duty. Number 3 in the nation, Georgia Bulldogs, out of the big bad SEC. Your Michigan Wolverines checking in at number 5 in the nation, 25-3. This is the time where the Big Ten stands up, right, Sam Flannel?
I would probably go with no on that one.
They play tomorrow.
They play tomorrow, okay.
Wednesday at 5 o'clock, Lake Nona, Florida.
At 5, that's a weird time slot. I don't even know if I'll be home.
Are you going to tune in?
No.
Sam Flannel will be glued to his TV. You heard it here first. Sloan Kettering.
There you go.
To blaze that shit up.
Mike G, Michigan led the Big Ten in all championships this year. Kudos. I can tell Mike G's here. Feel the electricity in this room from Sam Flannel. Go Blue.
I mean, the Big Ten football
Thanks,
championship.
Mike. Thanks for keeping us updated, Mike.
Yeah.
I always count on you, bud. You're a true Michigan fan.
Unlike Sam Flannel.
Blue Michigan guy. See, he knows. Right, Neal?
Yep.
Disappointed, Sam.
Disappointed. Your
must be on the network too much.
Must
be able to pay attention.
So no T-shirts no Michigan National Championship tennis T-shirts or lacrosse or anything.
No.
Why not?
The most I would probably go is baseball.
What if they
won
beat
one.
Georgia?
I mean, I'll be happier than if they lose to Georgia. That's the extent that I will say.
So he does care.
He does care.
As long as it fits his narrative.
Yep.
I would rather them win than lose.
What if they lose to Georgia? Will you call for the firing of the coach?
No.
Will the coach just not be able to get it done against the SEC?
I mean, I guess you could make that argument at that point, just like football, right?
Yeah, but you keep the coach that loses to the SEC all the time in football, so I think the tennis coach should keep their job too.
Broder says stop picking on Sam. He's a fine young man.
Oh, thank you, Broder. Matt Broder, who once struck out George Springer, by the way.
That's true.
Izzy Powell asked Neal, can we get one more Tankathon sim from Spenmo before tonight? Yes, when we come back, one spin. Everybody knows the rules.
Okay.
This will set it in. Tankathon. This will set it in stone. One spin, Spenmo.
Because you asked so nicely.
Yes. One spin that will determine the fate of an organization. Spenmo will give it to us when we come back after I tell you about Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. You can try the classic breakfast items like the strawberry hotcakes or the mouth-watering red velvet waffle. But if you're not a breakfast person, that's cool. They still got you. The strawberry bacon chicken wrap. I've had it. It slaps for sure. They also have the refreshing Summer Splash salad. Get dessert. That's what started the whole Strawberry Fest. You guys know what it is. The classic, the OG strawberry pie. DMac will have it. The deep-fried Oreos. DMac will have it. Or the strawberry hot fudge cake. DMac will have it all in one
sitting. You got to have
sitting.
your appetizer, your main course, and your dessert.
There you go, because DMac eats like a 12-year-old child, and he loves him some Strawberry Fest. Get to your local Big Boy today. It's Strawberry Fest.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Sam Flannel, I forgot that Orlando Brown Jr. signed with the Bengals.
Yeah, that happened. Hey, the Chiefs got Juwan Taylor to replace him. I don't think he's as good, but...
They lost Frank Clark, too.
They did. George Karlaftis takes the next step.
Speaking of the Big Ten.
Yeah, hey, a fine Purdue alum.
Fine local Purdue.
He had a hell of a rookie year.
He did. He was very, very good. A lot of Chiefs rookies did. Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. DMac, you ready? We're going to do it one time. One time for the one
Let's
time.
go.
Oh, come on. This is a low blow.
Right
time.
there.
One time. Oh,
for those of you
there
that
he
missed it
is.
earlier, that is the Sam Flannel selfie with the Kid Cudi T-shirt on.
Such a baby.
Dude, and we all know. See, it's great marketing, Sam. Great marketing. You stole that Kid Cudi shirt from your sister, but
For Thursday's show, get in the YouTube channel waiting room for Thursday's show. Spenmo has promised me that will be on the thumbnail. The cutout of Sam Flannel at that age will be on the cutout. All right, the people asked for it. We are going to do it. And I'll even take it a step further.
Drop it like it's hot.
We will do this one time, Spenny. We will spin it one time, and then you'll give the pick.
Right.
Who will the Pistons end up with on the pick? So this comes to us courtesy of our good friends at tankathon.com, the greatest website in the game today. Spencer Raxter, if you would, alter the franchise. One spin only.
Yeah!
There we got it, baby!
Let's go!
Wow, did we just do that? Wow! Did you see that?
There it is.
Who's the karma guy?
There
I'm
it is.
just saying. You can't make that up.
God bless
That is.
the internet.
See, wow, how does that make you feel right now?
I feel like Larry Bird in the three-point contest.
How does that
right
make
now.
you feel?
Houston got bumped down to 5 too, just to make it
but
even
how
sweeter.
does that like
Pull it back up. Let me see how it shook out.
Like, look at.
Houston down to 5. Suck on that, Houston!
You better be ready to come with that Ben Wallace apology tomorrow, bro. Look at this.
Be happy
This is
to.
just get ready tonight. I'm gonna pop in. Make sure you tune in. Kool-Aid's gonna have a little bit of a live show going on here after the heavyweights. I'm sure some of those guys will be sticking around. It's exciting. I'm excited. Hey, small pop. Does that not get anybody excited at the end of the show?
Gets his juice.
The way that it
does.
is.
Oh, and by the way, pull that up real quick too. Here's a little nugget.
I'm excited.
The Chicago Bulls lose their pick to Orlando because of the Vucevic trade. If Chicago picks 5 or lower, they lose the pick to Orlando. So that's good.
And they're probably going to pick 5 or lower, right?
Probably, yeah. So there's that. Spencer Raxter did it.
Spenny, that was clutch.
I do what I can.
Spurs at 2, Washington at 3. There's really no point now. You don't have to watch tonight. We just did it for you.
Yep.
Spencer Raxter, you.
You know, I'm just here for the people. I'm here for the people.
We did it, buddy. We did it.
We did it.
No, absolutely no help from him.
Nope.
None
the
whatsoever.
Apologies will be coming from the number 2 bozo in the land.
Hoof-hearted,
Voted by
Spenny,
you.
that was clutch. Booner says the NBA should just use Tankathon tonight and throw it on the screen. They should. There would be more credibility.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that America would have more credibility if they just used Tankathon. Steve Reiner says USA, USA. So there's that as well. Pistons fan 11, we did it, everybody. No, Spencer did it. Spencer did it for the people.
I'm just a man.
Yep. Hoof-hearted also says, Spenny, you're hired. So you know what? Reward the man. Watch the heavyweights from 5 to 7.
5 to 7. Check it out.
And don't forget, NBA Draft Lottery coverage tonight, 8 o'clock, Woodward Sports on the YouTube channel. I may make an appearance.
There you go.
We'll see.
You never know.
You never know.
Just I made the last few.
Yep.
Last time we got the first overall pick, so support the fellas.
It's money time.
Let's go, everybody. Can't wait. The NBA Draft Lottery reaction tomorrow. For Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel, Darren McCarty, my name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in to Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.